All right, welcome back here to the Hill on NewsNation. So in 34 days, voters in New Hampshire will get their say in the 2024 Republican presidential primary. Some Republicans in the Granite State are now voicing their concern that one of Donald Trump's fiercest critics may now be paving the former president's path to the nomination. Stirewalt here to break it down. Chris?
For having been at the highest level of achievement, for having been at his highest level of achievement, the two-term governor of a medium-sized state, Chris Christie has an extraordinary place in the American political mind, a mega meme, if you will. We met him 14 years ago as the long-shot Republican winner of the governorship of Deep Blue, New Jersey, and got acquainted with his tough-talking ways and hard-charging approach. Then came a flirtation with the presidential run in 2012, which ended in grudging support for Mitt Romney. But more famously was his controversial warm welcome, don't say hug, for incumbent Barack Obama, who came to survey storm damage on the eve of the general election. Then came his reelection, Christie's reelection, soon followed by Bridgegate, in which his aides were found to have used the power of his office to punish a political foe. He survived and started his 2016 presidential campaign, which, fueled by his great rhetorical gifts and the electorate's appetite for an unvarnished, mad-as-heck Northeastern Republican, showed some early promise. But voters found a very different guy with the same vibe, Donald Trump. But on his way out, Christie did something that would change his legacy, overshadowing all the meme-worthy exploits of the past. Take a listen.
Let's dispel with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing.
You see, everybody, I want the people at home to think about this. That's what Washington, D.C. does. The drive-by shot at the beginning with incorrect and incomplete information, and then the memorized 25-second speech.
Here's the bottom line. This notion that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing is just not true.
There it is.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
The memorized 25-second speech.
Well, that's
Christie's evisceration of Marco Rubio just before the New Hampshire primary stands tall in the lore of the election that broke the Republican Party. Robot Rubio will forever haunt the Florida senator. And when Christie dropped out and endorsed Donald Trump, giving Christie's old acquaintance some very useful help, experienced, serious-minded, and familiar with Trump, Christie was a valuable character witness for mainstream Republicans who were very nervous about Trump. Trump could have won without Christie, and Rubio sure wasn't on the way up, but it was a moment when it became obvious to all the race had changed. Trump didn't do anything for Christie. For a time, Christie tried to help Trump mediate his worst instincts in office, but by the time Trump got to January 6, Christie was through and went on to become the most ardent, most withering critic of Trump in the Republican race. And yet, here we are again. Take a look at this. Here it is. Politico headline: how Chris Christie became a monumental problem for Haley and a potential boon to Trump. I want you guys to think about this. Take a look at, here's the 2016 GOP New Hampshire polling primary average going into the race. You see how it was then. There you go. Trump 30, Rubio 13, Christie 11, Ted Cruz not. Okay, now look at the next one. Look at 2024. Anything seem familiar to you there? Does that look familiar to you folks at all? Chris Christie now stands at the point where he could do to Nikki Haley what he did to Marco Rubio 8 years ago. Republicans are freaking out about it because, or the Republicans who don't want it to be Trump are freaking out about it. But here we are again. We're back where we started.
Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.